Yeah, so anyway, Leon, I was thinking maybe we shouldn't... Welcome back to next episode in the series.
Leon's Garage Adventures.
Leon's Garage Adventures.
I'm gonna run to my house real quick and pack lunch for the fiance.
Okay, sounds good, thanks.
Oh, he's the best too.
I'm already sweating, we didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's hot. I'm about to pull my pants off.
Oh boy. I have so much of us dancing in the last video.
Really?
Yeah. Alright, so we're back on the next episode of $1,000 Car Guy. It's the continued build of the Turbo LS Miata Kart. So what we got done so far, got the old Miata motor already in the back of the truck, so that's out of the way. That means we can use the engine hoist to pick up the LS to slide it in and see where we gotta start cutting. Not sure if we're going to be cutting first and then seeing how much room we have, or trying to scoot it in there and see what it looks like.
Don't you cut once, measure twice, but you cut it first and then you measure it and go.
Cut it twice and it's still too short.
Yeah.
Where we think we're gonna have our main problems, all of this and the same on that side. But that's also where all the brake lines are. It kind of sucks. My other goal for the day is to pull out everything in the harness, because at this point it's almost easier to run the new wires for the lights wherever I want versus keeping where they are in the factory harness right now. This includes pulling out everything behind the dash as well. Obviously, this is a Miata Kart and I've already pulled out all of my heating and AC components. Yes, this car used to have AC, but like this whole bundle of snakes right here, this needs to go. So all the wiring is out of the passenger side of the bay. Well, when I say out of, next gotta work on the driver's side. Here it is, basically wireless. Still the ignition control system is all there, so I should be able to salvage those connectors and then steal the other half off of the harness over there. But what a pain in the butt trying to fish that thing out. The passenger side was super easy compared to it, and it actually splits in the middle with a bunch of connectors, so that's great. So it's like a left side and right side. But this is what a Miata looks like without the whole dash wiring. And here is the whole harness. We'll get a better look at it some other time. Yeah, so anyway, Leon, I was thinking maybe we shouldn't... never mind. I think somewhere in there was the perfect shot of you, please don't make me do stuff, holding the piece and the torch. Yeah, that's a fine hole you got there, Leon.
Yeah, it's like get up in the hole.
Oh, get up off of that thing. Oh! Make you feel better. Oh, that oil. That power steering light. Wait, I have a giant zip tie.
Yeah, we'll use that.
Okay.
Best $700 ever. Need a hammer. Oh. Cut my Mazda in 2 pieces. Last resort. Got a plasma. I'm hitting the trigger when you're sitting.
Cut my car into pieces. I've driven it the last time. You may want to let the carpet cool down for a second.
Carpet? What carpet?
All against the firewall.
Alright. If it catches on fire, where's it gonna go?
I literally have a show just called Leon Cuts Things Up with a Plasma.
I like that show.
Why? Why?
Cutting around it.
It's not braced inside there?
Huh? All the ones I've seen, all this is cut out.
That one picture you saw.
I'm just following that one picture I saw on Google. What's the worst that can happen? We ruin it? This is just a rough cut. We can clean it up after.
Anyway, just in case anyone else wanted to see what's going on, in case they're ever doing this to their car.
And we're trying to do like a budget one. We're not trying to buy the...
Almost free.
Yes.
So like,
Trying not to use the tubular control.
yeah, we're not spending $4,000 on a kit. That's never going to happen. That's great if you can, but we're not going to.
We're cheap as fuck.
Yeah. So. Okay. Next up, we're gonna roll the. What are you doing? Next up, we're gonna roll the motor over, bolt the transmission up to it, and try and slide it in. Well, that's as low as she's gonna go. It's currently sitting on the steering rack, so she ain't gonna go any lower than that. So she's a high boy right there. She's a high boy? Well, I said she's a high boy. Tranos.
Tranos. You go ahead and let that down now.
Alright. Ooh, that's dark.
There we go. Alright, so we gotta obviously get all the bolt holes in.
Yeah.
So we got this guy here. We got some clearance issue there, which isn't bad at all. This side of the tunnel is a little bit more. So like, from like, actually probably start here all the way up to, I mean, this whole area needs to get like knocked in, which if you look at the pedal, it's okay. It's got plenty of room to move over.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got room. It might be a little hot near that pedal, but it always was in the Miata.
Yeah. The bad part is this one up top. It's gonna move
It's
up.
like being on a KA.
Huh? Yeah.
And then down here,
Oh yeah, down here we kind of just notched it a little bit to move, make some clearance for the.
see, from here to here. Yeah, listen to the phone.
There we can look.
Cut all the way around. So this is what people are paying $4,000 for.
Oh, just for this to clear, or what?
When you send your subframe out to be.
But does it drop?
It comes with the mounts too. I should say that.
Okay. Does it drop the motor down further?
I don't know how it can.
Well, I mean, they
It
could
scoots further
they could
back.
drop the rack down further.
You space it out. Sure, Andrew. One other thing, we should probably show them maybe some of the dimensions that we've got up top,
Just a quick measurement because what the heck?
just in case you guys wanted to see what's
Right
going
from
on
the
here.
inside here to the center is about right about 14, say 14 and a 16th
Okay.
or an eighth. It's like it's pretty close. And then I'm measuring from before we had cut it, but right about here to the head is 4 inches on both sides,
Right.
and that makes the motor straight in there.
Yep. You know, if we look at it straight down the line, it's right there. Now, what was your rule of thumb about beating in transmission tunnels? Better to hit it a lot less with a much larger hammer than do fine work with a small hammer?
Yes.
Man, I wish I remembered where these bolts went. Nice radius.
I was going for that.
I see that.
You want to plug in the plasma?
Yeah, boy.
You want to plug in that plasma? And I'm going to cut it here, here,
Just give us a big access window.
here, here, because it's a curve. Cut it across there, and then we'll just push it up, and then we'll just cut a couple of triangles for the sides. Something like that made plenty of room.
Yeah. Now she got a vent hole.
Yeah, just like the Ford. Oh wait,
Maybe we should talk about that Ford.
you want to talk about what we did on our break time today?
Let's go talk about a Ford.
Okay.
You bought a 1930 Ford.
Yes. I told you I'm getting older and I was about to retire. You know, this is like my first car, you know,
Yeah.
back in the 30s.
See, a few hours ago when we were on our lunch break, Leon ended up buying this 1930 Ford.
Model A.
I don't know. I guess.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all.
Talk to him more about it on the next episode of Leon's Garage Adventures.
Yeah, if anyone wants to see it, go check out the channel.
I'll have a link in the description below so you guys can just take it easy and scoot on over to Leon's channel. He builds a lot of cool stuff. Hey look, fireworks. It's anybody that doesn't know, it's the New Year's 31st.
Yeah, this video probably won't even be out for, what, a week?
Maybe 2 days, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Oh man, look at all these projects.
You can't even see in the camera.
Wow. I can make it brighter at home though.
Oh.
LS, 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 LS. And then,
You want us? You want us? You want us? Turbo, turbo, turbo.
it's a blowout sale. You get a turbo. You get a turbo.
I'm in the office. I'm David Batten, and I'm the dealer of the people.
Dealer of human people.
The human people.
The transmission tunnel is proving to be a far more worthy adversary than originally expected. So it's like 9:30, 9:40, something like that. We're just gonna go get some dinner real quick and then come right back.
I don't think it's that late.
Boop.
I think it's more like 7. No, it's like 10.
9:41.
Whatever.
Whatever, man. You weren't there. You weren't there, man.
Alright, Andrew, what did you do when I was gone? Oh, dang, look at you. That's a nice straight line you made.
If you close your eyes, it looks like Ray Charles did it. So, we're back under here a couple hours later. Had some dinner, did some more smashing, did some more really notched out cutting.
That was Andrew.
Yes, it was. Like I chewed it out myself. But, as you can see, we can now access all the bolt holes to mount the bell housing to the back of the engine, which was the whole point of all this.
I'm pretty sure that you have to drop the subframe in order to do the motor trans at one time.
Well, then you just roll
Like
it underneath the
normally?
car. Right.
Normally, right? But we want to get the transmission in and out just in case. Same as like the motor, if we wanted to take just the motor out.
Right. So it would function like a normal F body or something like that.
Yeah. So who cares if the tunnel's a little bit bigger?
Yeah, it just makes everything easier. Like how much would you wish that you had more room to work? If it was an option to everyone,
Yeah.
why make it difficult? Plus, it's not like we're trying to go to any car shows with this thing and impress anybody. So, as you can see through my floor here, we have these brand new access panels.
Yeah, and the pedals still have. We smashed this over about what 2-3 inches,
Yeah, it was a bit.
and we still have full range of the pedal.
Yep, so
My new
my...
piece is gonna go right here. So
we'll probably make some sort of mini dog box to cover this up. I was thinking, personally, of building it with some flanges so that we can unbolt it when needed. So instead of, like, okay, we have a lot of access to these bolts, well now we have all the access to these bolts from the top of the car. So you just unbolt, say, 6 things to take off the dog box, and then you can reach the top of the bolts. That sounds amazing to me. Plus, look how easy oil changes are gonna be. And I'm still amazed. This is all that was required to fit this stock truck oil pan onto the cross member.
I mean, this might not be for everybody because you're gonna want to slam it or whatever, but I don't think this thing's gonna go that low, is it?
Not anymore.
Anymore. We'll build a skid plate or something so we can smash it
You know what we should do? Right now, set it back on the ground,
and see how much it goes down.
because it's never had the whole weight on it.
Yeah, there's no transmission, but
Yeah, you're right. You're right, you're right.
still probably the motor's probably heavier than the motor and balls in it.
Yeah, probably.
We're not doing anything special. It's an iron block, you know. Truck everything.
Yeah, I was a bit shocked, as you guys will see. Fireworks. Remember, it's the 4th of July. Remember, it's New Year's. Whatever. People outside drinking that dumb fuck juice walking in the middle of the street. I was a bit surprised when I saw this high intake manifold. I was like, holy crap, so much for having any sort of hood on top of this thing. But it adds character. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Go ahead and give the front end a little push down.
Okay. Wait, can you do it?
Yes.
Oh.
Because the suspension's not loaded. Well, you know what I mean? From being up so high,
Wow.
just because it's heavy. How low is that oil pan?
At max, you were probably like 4 inches from the ground, which is okay.
Better than the 55 was.
I may want to get stiffer springs.
This thing's gonna float because so much weight and it's such
It's-
a light car.
Yeah, and you know what else it's gonna do? Pull all the weight off the rear end when it goes over something.
Well, when you stop it with such a light spring in the front, it's gonna just.
Scoots Magoots is back in town.
Yeah, because this thing was stiff earlier. Like when you. Oh yeah. Yeah, the weight of that engine definitely.
The weight bias is gonna be 90-10. We will show more progress in the next episode. I was just thinking of slapping the truck manifolds back on,
Okay.
but there's no point. There's plenty of clearance here. Like you guys can see, actually changing spark plugs or pulling these manifolds off is going to be a piece of cake. More room than any stock location I think I've seen, other than like the big Yukon, where it's just got more room on the side. It's not low, and if it was any lower, we'd be scraping on the ground.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's kind of where it has to be, unless you had like a, what do they call them? A dry sump.
Oh yeah.
But
Or
They-
a different pan and.
they cost money, and we're not about that. I'm not about that. Yeah, I'm super pleased. And honestly, we couldn't do any of this without Leon from Leon's Garage Adventures.
I didn't do anything.
You did everything.
Oh.
Yeah. Holy cow. It's in, but it's not socked home yet. So tomorrow, we're going to try and find somebody that has a transmission jack. See if we can borrow it for a little bit. Do a little slap and tickle. Pop that thing on, and then maybe, just maybe, fabricate some mounts. See you guys in the next episode.